Splashway Beats, splashing the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. I have another video talking about Canada. Do Canadian women love black men? You see the video here, Vancouver Summer Walk, Seaside and Downtown. The video is brought to you by A Walk Around the World. Check out their YouTube channel. So the title of this video is, Do Canadian Women Love Black Men? Well, I'm going to put it to you like this. Based off my experience and from what I've seen with my own eyes, I felt the love in Toronto. I felt the love in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I felt the love in Brandon, Manitoba. I felt the love in Regina, Saskatchewan, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Swift Current, Medicine Hat, Kamloops, Calgary, Red Deer, Edmonton, Salmon Arm, BC. I felt the love in Kelowna, BC. I felt the love in Vancouver, BC. Does that answer your question? You know, a lot of black YouTubers who travel, they either direct you towards South America or Asia. And respectfully, and this is no disrespect, and you can Google this phrase right here. So these aren't my words. Asia is known as the white man's playground. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to know where to go. Based on what you're looking for, you need to be able to decipher where you need to go for what you're looking for. The most appropriate place on the map for you to go for what you're looking for. Respectfully, Asia is known as the white man's playground. Asia is for white males and light-skinned brothers. Light-skinned brothers, they do very well in Asia. I don't have anything against light-skinned brothers or anything like that, so don't put that jacket on me. But, you know, a lot of light-skinned brothers that, you know, travel around the world, they always have their top 3, their top 5, and usually Thailand or the Philippines is on there. And the thing is black men, especially dark-skinned black men, we look at light-skinned black men as just, hey, they're black. We all black. All right? All that colorism talk, brothers ain't really like that. We're not on that. All right? We don't see a light-skinned brother and say, hey, you know, he ain't really one of us. We don't say that. We all look at each other as the same. But the results in Asia are a lot different because the women, a lot of times, they look at light-skinned brothers as tan. They don't really look at them as black. You see what I'm saying? Black to us is a culture and a mindset. Black to them is a color. Yes, we look at somebody's skin and say, okay, you know, it's a black man. But we look at their features as well. See, the thing is you speak to a lot of Asians overseas and they'll say Steph Curry is tan. He ain't black, he's tan. Will Smith, he ain't really black, he's tan. Drake, he's not really black, he's tan. That's why they're so marketable. The thing with them is they know, especially in developing countries, Thailand, the Philippines, Cambodia, you know, a dark-skinned brother procreates with one of these women, the baby's going to come out dark-skinned. They're just going to come out looking like a regular black child. All right. And in Asia, whether you want to hear it or not, whether you like it or not, having dark skin is looked down upon over there. That's why you see skin whitening products, skin whitening creams, advertisements all over the place. Skin whitening deodorant. I mean, it's just skin whitening, everything for every parts of your body. And women, they use that religiously. You ever mess around with a woman and then they leave stuff at your house to mark their territory? I've had women in Thailand come over, spend the night, and they leave their products behind at my house or my apartment. And a couple of times I've had women leave their like shampoo and lotion over at my house. I'm like, okay. And I look at the bottle, it's skin whitening lotion, skin whitening shampoo, skin whitening body wash. You see what I'm saying? And I talk to the fathers of these children that are mixed, that really just look like regular black children. I hear some of the most horrendous stories ever. Just like, man, I got to make my way back to America or back home, or I just got to find a way. I know Africans who, they were jewelers in Thailand. They're just like, got to find a way to get my foot in America, because, I want my child to be around other black children, because, she, they're not really making any friends, and this, that, and the third. I mean, you hear some of the most horrific stories ever. As a matter of fact, there's one YouTuber. I don't want to say where he lives, because it's going to be a dead giveaway if I say where he lives. But he uploaded a video earlier today. The babysitter of his kids took his kids to the zoo, and there were Africans in tribal clothing dancing at a zoo behind a cage. I mean, and Africans, they'll do anything for money, even if it makes their image look bad in Asia. And his son, when his son came back home, his son told him, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, like, oh, look at, showing him the video, like, oh, look at this. I saw this at the zoo today. Look at this. Black, black is so bad. Look at them. And, the father was like, you talking about me, but you're also talking about you. I mean, you're black like them. And his son said, no, I'm not black like them. It's because he's a tad bit lighter than they were. He's like, no, I'm not black. Like, you see what I'm saying? So your kids, because naturally you got a lot of men talking about, I just go to Asia for fun. I'm not really looking for that BS. I've seen a lot of guys get engaged, get married, have kids, try to settle down with women in Asia. I've seen it all. So you mess around, you have kids, you get married. It's like you're already dealing with the racism from everybody, the anti-black culture that a lot of people have overseas. And now your children are talking like that in your own home. You got it up in your home now, coming from your kids, and they don't know better. Their words is just a reflection of what society is indoctrinating them with. What all the ads and the classmates and adults, and just from what they see, they're just reflecting what they see. You see what I'm saying? They don't know any better, and it'll definitely break your heart, right? But the thing is I would say, Asia's for light-skinned brothers. Asian, in Asia, a lot of light-skinned brothers, they do well. Like I said, they don't look at light skin as black because they're not dark. They're light, just like, they have the same hue as a lot of Asians in some of these places. Thailand, Thai women, Filipino women. Light-skinned brothers, Thai women, Filipino women, their skin tone is about the same, right? So in their minds, it's like, okay, this person's not dark-skinned, so if I have a child with this person, at least they'll be the same color as me. at least they won't look out of place amongst their friends. That's how they think. I've had women come up to me. I remember this one Filipino woman in Thailand. She came up to me. She asked, "Why do Americans want to get darker? Why do they want to get dark and tan? Like, you know, in the Philippines, we want to get white. We want to get whiter." And I looked at her with disgust, and I just shook my head and walked off. Like I didn't even want to entertain that conversation. And she was dead serious. In Canada, man, like, you know, I've seen light-skinned brothers do well, but I've seen dark-skinned brothers do very well in Canada. You know, a lot of women, like, and that's another thing, is that, you know, in interracial couples, especially in countries where there's a large population of white women, you see a lot of white women when they date brothers, they usually choose dark-skinned brothers. You know what I'm saying? You look in the entertainment field right now, entertainment industry right now, interracial couples, it's usually a dark-skinned brother and a white woman. If the woman is white, the brother's dark-skinned. Most white women, there's all different types of races in Canada. Most white women, man, they don't really choose up on light-skinned brothers like that. I don't, I'm not saying 100%. It's never 100%, but the majority, from what I've seen, a lot of white women, they choose up on dark-skinned brothers. All right, because I say that because I'm showing you guys Vancouver. There's a lot of white women and Asians in Vancouver. All right. Now, Asia, they also love to criminalize brothers on another level than the West. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, you see how the cameraman is just walking, minding his business? You'll be walking just like this in Asia, and there will be women that'll run when they see you. As crowded as it is, they want to put on a show and run and scream when they see you. You get on an elevator and there's already a woman going up in the same or going down, whatever direction you're going. You're on the third floor trying to get to the sixth floor, and an elevator coming from the first floor stops on the third floor because you press the button and it opens up. And here you come walking onto the elevator. You know how many times I've walked onto an elevator just trying to go to my floor and women just scream and they run off the elevator because they see a black man. They want to criminalize you. They want to show how fearful you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like and I heard this from Kevin Samuels. He said, women, they teach culture to the children. They pass on the culture to the children. So it's kind of like, this is how you need to react when you see a black man. You need to be scared, just like me, when you see somebody that looks like him. It's kind of like, man, that never happened to me in Canada. Like, why put yourself through that? Another thing is, Canadian women, they're more responsive to confident men that approach them. Most of the time, they're going to approach you, but a woman is not going to scream at the top of her lungs in public in Canada just because a black man is trying to holler at them. The worst thing she's going to do is just say no. Most Canadian women, they approach you. If they like you, they approach you. But even if they don't approach, they give hard choosing signals. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious. But a woman is not going to scream at the top of her lungs because a confident black man approached them, trying to get to know them, asking their name, their number. All right. Another thing, most brothers, they ask me, does image matter? I've had brothers hit me up asking me about Asia. Say, hey, man, I'm young. I'm in my mid 20s. I work out. I'm in shape. I got a 6-pack or whatever. 6'2". Blah, 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 blah. Will I be able to pull women in Asia? And I tell them none of that matters. None of that matters. Because in Asia, you can have a white guy who's 5'4", 300 pounds, obese, smells like shit, doesn't take showers, look like Duck Dynasty, dressed in camouflage gear every single day, show up to work with a beer in his hand every single day. And women in Asia will choose upon him heavy. Why? Because he has white skin. They can give them white babies. Right? But you could be LeBron James, 6'9", 6'10", mega millionaire, single, pulling up in Rolls Royces, pulling up in Lambos, pulling up in Phantoms, pulling up in words that I can't even pronounce, pulling up in the minimum $250,000 car. Drive that all throughout Asia. And a woman will still not choose up on you because whiteness means more to her than somebody black. I mean, whiteness is more valuable than money in Asia. I'm not lying. I've heard this literally come from the mouths of a lot of Asian women many, many times in Asia. I'm not joking. You don't hear people talking like that in Canada. Now, sure, are there people that are prejudiced? Are there people that are racist? You're not going to escape that. It's everywhere. But the level at which it is culturally in Asia, it's sickening. Don't put yourself through that. If you're somebody who dresses well, you wear some fly cologne, $400 bottle cologne, $500 bottle cologne, some Baccarat Rouge 540. You dress nice. You're a well-dressed man. You're not flashy, but you know how to dress. You're in shape. You work out five days out of the week, 5 times a week. You're on a strict diet. You make a decent amount of money. You work hard. You're educated. You're like rotisserie gold in Canada. I need to bring people up on this platform so I can interview them, people that have rolled with me to Canada in the past, and tell you some of the things we went through together, what the women were like, how responsive they were, the type of women that I pulled. Because, some of the pictures that I post up on my thumbnail, they don't, I wasn't even able to take pictures of every woman. Every woman that I dealt with in Canada. It's ridiculous. I remember one guy, I've even brought people who were, they were kind of corny, nerdy, and they did well in Canada. One guy in particular, one of the pictures on my thumbnail, you see a hand go over the other woman's shoulder. It looked like the hand is on her chest. But I cropped it out. That picture, I had just met that woman like a few seconds ago. She walked in and she saw me. Her eyes just lit up. And I said, hey, come over here. Come take a picture with us. I said us. I didn't say me. I said, no, come take a picture with us. So we took a selfie. One of my other homeboys, he took a picture me and my other partner that's in the picture. And literally after we took the photo, her boyfriend walked in. And her boyfriend was pissed off at her. Right? Her boyfriend was pissed off at her. And he went off. And, you know, I got to give him, I got to salute him, because you could tell he was raised with his father. You know, he handled it like a man. Like he didn't get over emotional and step to the men, because he knew, like, hey, we didn't know. We didn't know that she had a dude. He's never seen us before, but she knew she had a dude. And he went off on her, you know, then, you know, he was yelling, and then he left, and then she followed him out the club. And that just goes to show you what, you know, how it is in Canada. Like women, I've seen a lot of women, they just can't help themselves when they see a brother that's put together, well dressed, look good, fly. Oh man, I ain't never seen somebody like him before. They forget that they walked in the club with their boyfriend or their husband. They forget they got a man. As a matter of fact, that same photo, the guy that had his hand, you can see the hand. You can't see him, but you can see the hand. I forget. Hold on, let me look. Let me look to see which what video is that. So the video I'm talking about is called, hold on. My phone is acting up. It's being slow. Okay. The video I'm talking about, the thumbnail is called "What Do Single Men Have to Show for Traveling to Asia?" You can see the hand. It's me. I'm on the left. The girl is on my left, your right. You can see the hand, right? That same guy, he met a girl that night. And that was my first time taking him to Canada. Like I said, he's a cornball. But he met a woman that night who was a reporter. She was like a weather girl for the news station. Now, you know, these news stations, when they get a weather girl, they get the baddest woman they could find to report on the weather. That's how fine this chick was that he met that night. And this dude, he didn't have a car, nothing. I just said, hey, come roll with us. Later on, he met that woman. They hit it off. They were dating for a couple of years, and he ended up getting a car. He would drive to Canada to see her. She would drive down south to see him. This was a weather girl. Fine. I mean, this woman was a bona fide 8, a bona fide 9. And this dude was like one of the corniest dudes you'll ever meet in your life. And she was choosing up on him heavy. So, man, if I could do it, if he could do it, especially if he could do it, I know you could do it. And I don't want to hear any excuses. Oh, man, Vancouver is expensive. Dude, look how many people live in Vancouver. There are rich people that live in Vancouver. There are people in the middle class that live in Vancouver. There are poor people that live in Vancouver, but they make it day by day. You can make the money if you're willing to work in Vancouver. I don't want to hear about it's too expensive. They pay you. They overcompensate for how expensive it is. If you know where to look. No experience, no education, man, you can easily make $150,000 a year. You can afford Vancouver. And if you there's no reason why when you hit Canada, you shouldn't be able to be making the minimum amount you should be making in Canada. I mean, finding a job that's $26 an hour, that's way too easy in Canada. Hell, $30 is way too easy in Canada. So I don't want to hear any excuses about how expensive it is. I don't want to hear it. That's why a lot of brothers go to Asia. They want something cheap, and you get what you pay for. Oh, everything out here is cheap. The club, they don't charge anything. It's cheap. Yeah, and the women are cheap too. The women that you I don't want to say all the women. The women that you guys deal with are cheap. I'm trying to get you guys to get in your brain to deal with quality and quality women only. Quality. All right? So like, subscribe, comment, share this video. I'm over and I'm out. Peace.